Hey, everybody, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is my good buddy Tad. Hey, Tad, good morning.
Hey Tyler, how's it going?
I'm doing okay. Sorry, I technically I woke you up this morning.
I mean, only kind of.
Yeah,
I don't, yeah, no, I don't know if I want to tell that whole story
sure.
on the air.
No. But
I
I
mean, my
got you out of
my
bed.
mom would go, "Yep, that's my son," and everybody else would go, "What the fuck?"
That's funny. That's funny. Well, we can jump right into
Um,
news. We don't have to.
well, I was actually going to say,
Yeah.
how about our guests over last week?
Oh, I know. I just posted the.
We had Kelly Thompson,
Yep.
the most Eisner nominated, Kelly and I have such a easy rapport at this point
Yeah.
that I think I forgot to mention on air the Eisner winning and because we actually started a really good conversation and I'm like, Kelly, hold on, before you answer that question, let me start recording.
That's funny. Yeah, she's great. I loved listening to it
Um,
because unfortunately I couldn't be there when I realized that they were the two things I was tutoring at the time.
right.
That was Monday, right? Was
That was Monday.
when you recorded
Monday
that.
or Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday when you recorded that.
Tuesday. Yes. Sunday was Jerry Kraft.
Yes.
Probably. Well, no, we've had Jeff Smith. So toss up over whether or not he's our bestseller, but one of the two
Hmm.
is likely our best-selling guest. Last week we had Marcus and David, and yeah, it's just been
Been
yeah,
great.
it's been a really fantastic run of guests. And God, we have so many things on the calendar. I'm sorry about that. It means that you can participate in whatever interview you feel like, and I have to do lots of reading, lots of prep, and
I'm just
hopefully
gonna
not
look at
go
the
insane.
calendar right now because Monday night I have tutoring. Oh, that's when you got Chad by what's his last name?
Yeah, Bill, you,
Bill you.
Bill, you.
Yep. Tuesday I can definitely make Alexandra Bowman. Can I
That's
say
a
these?
political cartoonist.
Can I say these on
Yeah,
the air?
yeah. Why not?
All right. What is the Horizon experiment? Do you want to talk about that?
That's a porn sack piece of show days.
Okay.
In fact, we will talk about that briefly in a couple of minutes because Moondogs, and this is actually even why he's coming on when he's coming on.
Sure.
Moondogs is final order cutoff a week from Monday. But
And
that's like Manchurian. The Manchurian was his Asian James Bond, and
yep.
this one is
Yep.
like the South African or not West African werewolves. Yeah,
Okay.
that sort of thing. It's
That
it's
sounds
it's
cool.
it's taking genre stuff and doing it from a different cultural background, but making the culture matter.
Right.
You know, changing it because of the culture,
Right.
not just going, oh, here's a Chinese James Bond who's exactly like James Bond,
Yeah.
but like, what would a Chinese James Bond look like?
Right. No, I get totally understand.
Right.
And then finally, the last thing for your week on October 26th is Comics for Empathy, Understanding and Change.
Oh yes.
It's
So
lonely at the center of the earth.
this is where I'll say we've got a fantastic conversation lined up. Um, and I did actually want to mention this one, and I'll probably take to social media pretty soon. I encourage people go buy a copy of "It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth."
Hmm.
Proceeds from it through the end of the year are going to go to um, suicide prevention organizations.
Yeah.
And next week, I've got a really eclectic and I think fantastic group. We'll have read it together. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about mental health, suicide awareness, prevention. Um, It's one of those conversations that I wish we didn't need to have, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to have because we do,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's weird to say I'm excited for it,
Oh, I
but
know.
I'm excited for it because it's a conversation that needs to be had often and regularly. And
Yeah.
the only way to make it a conversation that doesn't need to be had is to have it so many times
Yeah.
that
I get it. Um,
you, you
with
know.
with my wife's daycare and all the like I'm her backup person, so I had to go to a sudden unexpected infant deaths class the other night
Ugh.
on Monday night, and
Yeah,
then partnered with that was shaken baby syndrome, and so
right.
me and all the other dads that are backups for their wives, were in this class, and I remember thinking to Peggy, she was in that as well. Like, we could do this better, like become trainers, is what I meant. And she
Right.
goes, we could do what better? Sudden unexpected infant deaths? Like,
You're
anyway,
like, no, teaching this class.
teaching the class, we could be better trainers. Anyway,
Right.
anyway, we should get to comic books because this first piece of news I'm
Yeah.
super excited about.
Ah, okay. You know, we've talked about this a little bit. I live in this surreal world
Yeah.
and keep inviting you into it, but you're too busy with other stuff
When,
where
yeah, go ahead.
I have all of these creators that have become guests
Yeah,
that have then become friends. One of them, Chris Condon, is now writing Wolverine,
I know. I'm so excited.
Ultimate Wolverine. So I can now go to the comic shop and go, yeah, my buddy's writing that.
I know. It's great. Um, you know,
Um, for
it's
Wolverine.
yeah, I get it.
I mean,
Part of the reason that I don't become like friends with creators is I'm a little bit like shy in that way. Like, I don't want to appear like I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? And it's like
I
it's I kind of do it on
I don't
purpose.
know how I stopped. Yeah, see, I expected to be like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I expected to be like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wasn't.
And then you weren't. Yeah. Like I like having.
And part of it is that part of it is some of them like I mean I think a lot of it even is that Chris and Chris
Yep.
like did the initiation.
Right. Yeah.
Like when I was being shy and going, "Oh, we had a great conversation," but I didn't think of like reaching out to them. I started getting messages from them. It's like, oh, we really did have a great
They
conversation,
lied to you.
didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they want to talk more.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm just okay, first of all, I just don't have, you know me. I just don't have the time to
No,
maintain for
I
lots of
again,
friendships.
I think it has everything to do with the time more than your
If Peggy and I
the
hadn't,
reason you're not reaching out
yeah,
is the shyness. The reason it's not happening anyway, I think, has way more to do with the time.
sure. Yeah. Yeah,
Because
I work, I'm helping Peggy with her
be,
daycare, I'm doing
right.
tutoring,
Well,
I work at the
you're
library.
not on every interview, and you don't get out to cons where you bump into them
Yep.
face to face
Yep.
at quite the same level. I mean, I don't go to a ton of cons, but I go to just enough.
Yeah. Yep.
You didn't go on the crazy, crazy.
Road trip to Columbus. Is that what you were talking about?
Well, no, I did. I wasn't even talking about that. The ill-advised 22
Oh,
panels comic shop tour.
comic shop tour that you did. Yeah.
Because remember, that's when I met Condon and Bob Sikoriak and Marcus in person.
Yeah.
Because I was out in New York, so I'm like, "Hey, I'm out here. If you want to have lunch or meet at a comic shop or whatever, that'd be cool."
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have?
Eh,
I don't quite remember. Did you have any unexpected mishaps, like car breaking down or anything like that?
Not on that trip,
Okay.
thank God.
Yeah. Because you were alone, right? Yeah.
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 That makes me nervous for myself. Like I can travel short distances, but going on a big, trip where I'm on a road trip kind of thing, like that would
Yeah,
just make me nervous.
I blew out a tire on the Ohio Turnpike on my way home from Pittsburgh at the beginning of the summer
Okay.
and managed to just roll with it.
Okay. Good.
I mean, I called Kelly and Kelly helped, but like essentially we found a tow truck. I've got AAA that'll tow 100 miles,
Yeah.
and I think 170 miles from um my aunt and uncle's house, so I was able to get towed much closer
Yeah.
and then go less distance on the donut.
Makes sense.
I took I took back roads so that, I wasn't going high speeds and putting as much pressure on it. And Kelly was able to find a tire place um around my aunt and uncle's place where I was able to replace my tires
That's
the
good. I
next
mean,
day.
I guess, we're not truly alone when we have smartphones. You know what I mean? Um,
Right.
but
Well, and like this is where the fact that my family is spread all over the country is useful, but this podcast actually has made it so that I have people in even more places that I could
you could
contact
call
in a
up.
situation like that. That I could say, so Phil, you're in Nashville and I
Yep.
broke down 40 miles from Nashville. Can I crash on your couch while I figure this out?
Yeah.
uh,
Or you know what? I
uh,
bet you could even call Chris Condon and say, "Hey,
oh, I could definitely call Chris Condon, but I just chose Nashville rather than,
yep,
yeah, Chris Condon, Marcus. I mean, everybody that I've mentioned here, Chris can't, if my car broke down in LA, I'd have three people that I could call,
yep,
which is weird. And I wasn't actually counting my relatives in LA, which means that I'd have five people that I can call,
that's great. No, that's good. That's
you
good.
know.
Yep.
Um,
There will
it's
come a
just,
time. I guarantee there will come a time, maybe when Raina gets in middle school, where I
yeah,
don't have to be so
yeah,
hands on.
my prediction is if we're still doing this when Raina is in middle school, and certainly if she's by the time she's in high school,
Yeah.
you will start developing as many or more
Yep.
as I do.
I agree.
Just you'll certainly fall into the Minneapolis scene because there's so many cool creators that we like in Minneapolis.
I know there is. Yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah. Especially if
I
we
mean, I
move.
just
When we move, we will be an hour and a half from Minneapolis. So,
right.
yeah.
If you make it out to CXC, which you should, your son's on fucking campus.
I know. Next year will be a
I
much
mean,
better
that's
time since last time CXC happened, a month ago. I was
right,
just in Columbus the month before or a couple weeks before, and
right,
I
right.
just can't afford to swing that.
I mean, Jerry Kraft was on the show because of CXC.
Yep.
Chad Bilyeu and Alexander Bowman coming up are both on the show because of CXC.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason we have a book schedule is CXC is the place where like there are um the most muddied lines between areas of comics, tiers of creators,
Yep.
um, book creators versus, I mean, they can almost everybody at CXC considers you and I a creator because we're making something that promotes comics.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think so too. I mean, that's my personal feeling on it.
Right. But that's still a weird feeling for me that I'm part of the club. I'm not a
We are,
fan anymore. I'm a creator.
yeah, we are content creators for sure. Comic book critics. I don't know what you'd call us, but um, I
I think we're
agree.
just evangelists.
Evangelists. That's true. That's true.
Um, but yeah, my buddy Chris
We
is writing Ultimate Wolverine.
we need to stop Christian nationalism and promote comic nationalism.
Hey, it's like comics, jazz, and banjo music are like
Yeah.
the original American art forms.
Yep. True.
I'm trying to remember who said that. That's actually a quote
Oh, fun.
from
That's
somebody,
awesome.
and I can't remember.
That's awesome. This next piece of news, I'm on this one because I just subscribed to this week.
Yep. DC was just added to Global Comics.
Yeah.
So Global Comics is now the like best $8 a month you can spend in all of.
Well, if you buy if you buy it for a year in advance, it's like $79. That breaks
Right.
down to like $6.99 per
Right.
month. So,
Yeah, it's even cheaper if you do a year at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's worth it. I just let go of my Comixology. I just don't need both.
Which I probably should.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I haven't is I have enough borrows right now of things that aren't on Global Comics that it's like, okay, I need to work through these.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I just want to promote Global Comics for a minute. One of the things that's great about it is they've got all the Image stuff. They've got all the Dark Horse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've got DC. And Marvel has its own app, so you have to subscribe to Marvel. But
I mean, DC has its own app too. But if you don't need all of DC, you're happy with just a well curated bunch of DC.
Yep.
I don't know that it has all of Image, but it has a ton of Image.
Ton.
Same with Dark Horse.
Yeah.
It does, I think, have all of AWA involved.
Which is easier to do. There's don't have as many.
Right. Mad Cave, I think not only does it have Mad Cave and AWA, not only does it have all of, but you get new issues on release day.
On day of. That's great.
Right.
That's great.
On top of that, it's got a number of foreign publishers. It has, I mean, our friend Damon Hampton puts his stuff up direct.
That's awesome.
It's a model that is built to be. I mean, I'm still hoping that they get the metadata to the point that Comixology used to be, where everything was tagged, and if you wanted to find everything by a certain editor, you could click on that editor and get the long list. If you wanted to find everything by a certain letterer, you could click on the letterer and find that list.
Yeah.
And at this point, they don't even really have stuff separated well between like you can't just pop in Mike Mignola and get all of Mike Mignola easily. You got to like go to Dark Horse and just look through. Though they are having more stuff that has that data, just not in like a clickable form. So I wonder if they're working on it, because just having been with them since the beginning, I've noticed that they tend to make small tweaks rather than big, huge platform changes, but they tend not to be buggy. So I feel like they're taking
their time.
And I can, and I can already see in the interface how it could change to the type of stuff that I want.
Yeah.
Right.
It's coming.
It's just not turned. So I suspect that it's coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But they do vertical scroll, they do page by page, they do panel by panel. I mean, they are so versatile and with such a wide selection, everything from big publishers to self-published. I really honestly believe that anybody who loves comics should have a Global Comics subscription, if for no other reason than to support its existence.
Yeah. Like I said, you got to pick and choose which app works best for you. There's good and bad for all of them, but I'm going with Global Comics for a while. Cool.
And then we got to have our obligatory uh, uh, election point
Sure.
here, and I could talk about how weird it was when Donald Trump had his little dance party, and how completely unhinged he's been since then.
That's
Um,
completely normal. What are you talking about? Oh my God.
but instead, I wanna talk some uh Kamala Harris went into the lion's den on Fox News
Yeah,
and fucking destroyed Brett
of
Baer.
course she did. Like, he's,
It was like the rudest, most confrontational attempt at an interview I've ever heard.
yes, he was horrible.
And she sat there, she waited. She's like, "Are you gonna let me finish?" When it was appropriate, she just talk over him. And, at various points, she smacked him down so hard it wasn't even funny.
Yes. Like, that's the thing. They think
I
they
mean, I
can,
loved when she was talking about, Donald Trump vilifying half of America. Oh, well, we asked him about that this morning. Let me play the clip. And he plays a very edited clip. And she's like, yeah, no, see, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. You didn't. Well, we asked him the question. Well, then why didn't you show the question?
exactly.
I mean, she completely called out the.
Exactly. Like, here's the thing. Like, they think because they're going to be brash that they can just bulldoze their way over people, and they just haven't encountered somebody who can mentally spar with them like Kamala can.
Well, I mean, Pete Buttigieg does it on a regular basis too.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you ever seen one of his Fox
Yes.
appearances? They're
Yes.
so funny.
Yeah. It is funny. Uh,
No, I think the key to doing a Fox interview is
keep your cool and just
keep your cool so that their badgering looks ridiculous,
yes. That's
and
exactly
look
right.
for the moment to slap them down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you don't get emotional about their insults and things like that, and you can just
Right,
ride through that, you can keep your head level about what you want to say.
right, right. Look for the moment where you're not fact checking them, you're logic checking them.
Exactly.
And
Like,
simple enough logic that you can like say it on air and have the entire audience go, "Yeah, what the fuck were you thinking, Brett?
right.
How did you come up with that?"
Exactly.
So yeah, no, I mean, I tend to think that between the fact that there are a ridiculous number of Republican partisan polls in the field that I think are uh, manipulating some of the polling aggregates,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that in general it's better for business for media organizations to have a tight race.
Yeah.
Um, Therefore, they may intentionally or unintentionally wind up setting up their polls in such a way that they skew towards a tight race.
Sure.
And for that matter, enough pollsters have been so massively wrong in the last few elections, I bet you, that again, whether intentionally or unintentionally, that has caused them to make various adjustments in terms of weighting things that more than anything skew towards keeping the numbers tight.
Yeah. I agree.
Um,
What do you think? What do you think
because
actually
I
look
I
like? What
don't
does it
think
actually look like?
I think this is remember how we were going to have a red wave 2 years ago, and instead the Republicans got a 5-seat majority in the House, and essentially only because New York actually did fair maps.
Yes.
Right? Only because New York had ungerrymandered maps to did the Republicans manage to hold the House at all? And they lost ground in the Senate in what was supposed to be a red wave year.
Right.
My gut, and I make no claims whatsoever that my gut is well informed,
Mm-hmm.
but my gut is that it's going to be a surprisingly blue election cycle.
Yeah, I think so.
My gut is not just that Kamala is going to win. I think I I think Sherrod Brown and John Tester are going to keep their seats. No matter how much the prognosticators are going, oh, I don't know if that can happen. I think um, both Ted Cruz and um, Rick Scott in Texas and Florida are. I would be. Let me say this: I will be surprised if at least one of them isn't defeated.
Right.
Um,
I agree.
so, yeah, yeah.
That's our political minute.
That's our political minute. Eddie decided to come disrupt me, but
That's
yeah, no, and that could be wishful thinking,
Mm-hmm.
but
I agree with you, though.
I'm confident enough that I'm willing to say it out loud and own it if I'm wrong and gloat a little if I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think Democrats should be feeling gloom. I know how easy it is because let's face it, like losing this election would be very, very, very bad.
Yes.
I don't want to think about what Donald Trump will do with a second term. That's like the stuff of nightmares.
But
But
100%.
so I understand the people that are saying that I'm just in denial, but I don't think I am.
No, I don't think you are either.
I have more faith in the American people than that. And like this shouldn't be close.
Right. I don't think the polls are accurate.
Well, I mean, we know that polling is not an easy thing to do.
Right.
It's harder and harder every year. I mean, they've got like less than a 1% response rate in phone polls. So they're having to use more and more math to do it, and that makes it harder and harder to get any sort of accurate feel.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So we will see in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's coming close.
So let's talk some comics coming out.
Sure. This is Book of Cutter #1 from James Tynion in the fourth and Werther Dell'Edera. If you like the Slaughterhouse, what is it? Slaughterverse, they're calling it.
Slaughterverse.
As
Yeah,
it crosses its 5th anniversary, the Slaughterverse unveils one of its darkest chapters yet in this oversized one-shot exploring a brand new facet to the mythos of monsters and the ones who hunt them. Maxine Slaughter, a former pack hunter who renounced her white mask to take up the black for the Order of St. George, journeys to Europe to seek out House Cutter and their mysterious ways. The Eisner Award-winning team of iconic writer James Tynion IV and legendary artist Werther Dell'Edera and acclaimed colorist Miquel Muerto close out 5 years of nightmares with this pivotal entry in the blockbuster horror saga in stores on Christmas Day. Boom.
I feel like at some point we should do
House of
the
Slaughter.
Slaughterverse
Yeah.
just to because I've read like I think the first 2 volumes of It's Something's Killing the Children, and I totally know that it's excellent, and I just haven't managed to catch up
I was
yet.
reading it for about 5-6 issues because I was buying it
Yeah.
in issues when it came out.
Right. So yeah, this is one of the things that like we should do just to force me to read it.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good to me.
This this the what's Kyle Higgins' universe?
Oh, I don't know.
Uh the one with Radiant Black and Radiant Pink
Yeah, maybe
and
it's just called Radiant Black because that was the first
Megaverse, the
Megaverse.
Megaverse.
Yep.
Yeah, no, the Megaverse, the Megaverse and um Marjorie Liu's book. I hate it when my brain doesn't want to give me titles. Monstrous.
Monstrous. Okay.
Yeah, those are three currently still running things that like we should consider at some point doing a month on just to give me an excuse to read them.
I
And
agree.
you an excuse to read
Yeah,
them.
I agree. I'll read them. I haven't read any of them as
Yeah.
far as all the way through.
Yeah. Right. And I've read just enough of all of them to go, oh, this is really good shit. Why was I not on top of this at the beginning? God, there's so much to catch up on.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yes, that's how I feel.
Flavor Girls return to the mothership from Loic Locatelli yeah, I don't know.
I know I had that trouble with that
Uh,
one before too.
Naoko, Camille, and V are the Flavor Girls, sacred fruit guardians of Earth. The acclaimed magical girls adventure from cartoonist Loic Locatelli Kornsky continues with their brand new adventure, perfect for new readers, as Sarah tries her best to keep up. As the newest member of the team, the Flavor Girls embark on a journey to Okinawa to uncover the mysteries of an ancient civilization. What they find there could change everything they know about the Agarthian invasion. From Boom Studios and Archaea, coming December 4th. I read the first series and enjoyed it. It was a fun kind of YA
That's
girl adventure.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
artwork for it. It's pretty sweet. I like the
hmm
colors.
hmm hmm
All right, Hell Hunters from Philip Kennedy Johnson and Adam Gorham. Ghost Rider 44, 1944, as U.S. Sergeant Sal Romero is parachuting into Nazi-occupied Europe. Young Nazi officer Felix Bruckner becomes the host of an unspeakable evil. Excuse me. In the aftermath of their violent meeting, Romero is reborn as Ghost Rider 44, who sets out not only to take revenge on Bruckner and the Nazis, but to save mankind from annihilation. This featuring an all-star cast of Marvel's most badass heroes. Don't miss the origin of Incredible Hulk's Ghost Rider 44. This is in stores again, December 25th.
All righty.
What do you got?
I'm assuming I was supposed to have Metamorpho. Let me make certain. Yes.
Yes, that one is yours.
Metamorpho, the Element Man, from Al Ewing and Steve Lieber. To know him is to love him. That fab freak who can change himself into any element in the human body. He's the one and only Rex Mason, alias Metamorpho. But can even he win out against Cyclops, the hairy eyeball of crime that gazes from the top of the pop charts to the lowest depths of evil and even into the far off, far out raw realm? To find out, the Element Man must survive a hand-picked assassin who can match him change for change, and that's just the first issue. Join us for this covalent bond of friends and foes in the brand new ongoing series from Superstar team Al Ewing and Steve Lieber, starting Christmas Day.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I'm still curious how many comic stops are going to be open Christmas Day,
know, there's a
and
lot coming out.
how much we should be saying
The 26th.
available the day after Christmas,
Yep.
or whether everybody will announce at the last minute that you can sell them on Christmas Eve.
All right, Frank Miller's Pandora. Let's see here.
Volume 2.
Volume
Oh,
2.
hold on a second.
We'll get to the
Did
right.
I just?
We'll get to the right page here in just a
Well,
second.
I did this crazy thing where I accidentally closed it.
There it is.
There we go.
Volume 2. Chris Silvestri and Anthony Marinville, with art by Emma Kubert, created by Frank Miller, illustrated by Emma Kubert, and co-written by Anthony Marinville and Chris Silvestri. The dark and modern-day fairy tale continues, following directly from the first arc, now in available graphic novel format. Annabeth finds herself in another world, one overwhelmed by dark magic and demons beyond imagining. Here begins her hero's journey to face the monsters of the netherworld and discover its secrets. How will this change her? Is she ready for this test? In shop September 17, 2025. So that's quite a ways out. But it looks cool. Looks really cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
It's already solicited.
Mm-hmm.
And,
11 months to go.
I wonder if they didn't change a date or yeah, who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen something that crazy that wasn't a change date. Yeah, so we'll see. Through the Boughs, a Yuletide offering from Distillery Media. Venture deep through the endless drifts of snow, through evergreen tree lines, tinkling with hoarfrost and rime, and then venture many miles more, and then, maybe, possibly, improbably, you will see lights and dancing and mirth. You may be asked to join, or maybe who or what you found wants something far more mischievous than to sing and revel. Discover these delights and dangers in Through the Boughs, a Yuletide offering, a collection of frozen tales brought to you by the most magical wordsmiths and artisans in comics and beyond, including James Tynion IV, Patrick McHale, Jim Campbell, Jensine Ekwall, Ryan Andrews, Sweeney Boo, Kay Roten, Natalie Andrewson, Grim Wilkins, and Molly Mendoza. Edited by Bryce Gold and Sean Edgar.
Looks really cool. I love the cover.
Yeah,
it's kind of got a claymation feel to the artwork a little bit. I just think it looks cool.
Yeah, and it's very reminiscent of like the old like Rudolph cartoon.
Yep. Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Confession, graphic novels.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on to graphic novels. This is Confession by Kaiji Kawaguchi and Nobuyuki Fukumoto. Confession is a deeply psychological thriller manga that examines how quickly unexpected vulnerability and the threat of an uncertain future can make men descend into madness. 2 miles up in the unforgiving heights of Mount Aoi, hikers and friends Asai and Ishikura are hit by a blizzard and lose their way. 1 second, we're having technical difficulties.
Difficulties.
Yeah. Lose their way. Injured and sure of his imminent death, Ishikura confesses to killing a member of their university hiking club 5 years ago. However, Asai then stumbles upon shelter and carries them both to safety, only to realize that the confession has forever changed their relationship and that the brutal elements may no longer be the most deadly threat around. This will be in shops December 18th. That looks cool. I definitely would read that.
Yeah, definitely. El Fuego from David Rubin. From visionary storyteller David Rubin. El Fuego is a psychological, philosophical, and geographical odyssey through the last remaining days of planet Earth. It is the story of one particular inhabitant who must decide how much more of himself to give to the greater good before truly finding peace within. A mass extinction event is imminent as a giant meteorite is hurtling through Earth. Renowned architect Alexander Yorba entrusted to design a citadel on the moon which would ensure the survival of humanity, is diagnosed with a terminal illness, thrust into an existential crisis. Alexander begins to question the validity of his success, having colluded with the world's elite to spare only the wealthiest members of society, and grapples with what it means to be a decent person in a decaying world. His spiritual and moral journey will take him from the moon to Madrid by way of New York, Helsinki, Amsterdam, and Rome, where he will have to confront his past choices with those who were his greatest influences in hopes of finding his way before the end comes. Out on February 26th, 2025, and looks really, really cool.
It does.
David Rubin's a fantastic art. Yeah, David Rubin's fantastic.
All right. I think that one's yours.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Did I take this one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did. Life Sucks from Jessica Abel, Gabe Soria, and Warren Pleece. A timeless goth love triangle coming of age story from a trio of acclaimed comic creators. I'm psyched. I'm totally psyched. I'm not a loser. Who the hell am I kidding? Life sucks for Dave Miller. He's broke, girlfriendless, and stuck in a dead end job. Really dead end. Dave is the night manager at the Last Stop, LA's finest vampire owned and operated all night convenience store, facing an eternity of turning hot dogs and restocking blood broth for his crappy boss and vampire master. The future looks about as appealing as the sunrise. It's bad enough that Dave is clinging to his days as a vegetarian and refusing to feed off humans, leaving him weak as a kitten. But when he finds himself competing with psychotic surfer vamp Wes for the affections of Rosa, a beautiful mortal flirting with the dark side, Unlife gets about as sucky as it can possibly can. Originally published in 2008, Fantagraphics is proud to bring this YA classic back into print with a new edition. Veteran comics creators Jessica Abel, Gabe Soria, and Warren Pleece have crafted a timeless goth love triangle coming of age story that garnered awards and accolades when initially published, including the 2009 YALSA Top 10 Graphic Novels for Teens list.
It looks cool. I
So
mean,
it does.
my wife loves vampire stories. I might have to introduce her to this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Wretched from Henrik Rare and Jan Solheim. A nightmare, anxiety attack, or bad trip. A woman is seemingly trapped in a feverish dream, attempting to navigate through a distorted world in a stumbling language, struggling to comprehend what's happening around her. No one speaks my language here. I'm sweating, even though it's actually quite cold. I think I have a fever. I see their smiles, I hear their friendly voices, but I know what they feel. Wretched is written by Henrik Rare, one of the most active Danish series creators of the last 30 years, and illustrated by Jan Solheim, whose superior line work demonstrates why he is one of the country's most sought-after illustrators. In shops November 27th, this next month. Yeah, it looks really
this
cool.
Looks really, really, really
disturbing. The cover looks really disturbing.
Yes. That was what I was going for.
Yeah. All right. Is this mine again?
I think so. We're getting into collections now. And yeah, you lead off.
Ain't No Grave from Scotty Young.
So good.
Jorge Corona. Eisner Award-winning writer Scotty Young and Transformers artist Jorge Corona, the team behind the hit series Middle West and The Me You Love in the Dark, are back with a brand new genre-bending tale of love, loss, bullets, and death. Ain't No Grave, This Unforgiven Style Journey is an original macabre Western fantasy tale for mature readers and told through a Guillermo del Toro-esque lens. Writer put her violent past behind her when she fell in love and became a mother, but that was before she learned it was all going to be taken away. It's not the first time Ryder has been wanted. She picks her guns back up and rides to the city at the edge of the world to kill the one trying to rob her of her life. Death. This is in shops December 4th.
Now, this was so good.
Mm-hmm.
This was so good. Jonesy, the complete collection from Sam Humphries and Caitlin Rose Boyle. Revisit the iconic YA school rom-com as part of Boom Studios' commemorative 20 for 20 program. Jonesy will make you fall in love. Seriously, it's her special secret power. She can make you fall in love with anyone or thing else except herself. But Jonesy knows what's cool, and her power definitely is. A laugh out loud high school comedy with 6 zines, cute ferrets, and donuts to die for. Follow Jonesy through the life of a disaffected teenager in Bummer High School and all the trouble that comes with being human's Cupid arrow. Collecting the complete series by Sam Humphries and Caitlin Rose Boyle. This special reprint is perfect for fans of Adventure Time and Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Collects Jonesy 1 through 12 in stores February 19th, 2025. This is a series that I haven't read yet, but it's been on my radar forever. So I'm kind of happy that I could get it all together.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah. This was me too. This is one that I have read. The Ronin Island complete collection, another of the 20 for 20 program. Together in strength, when the Great Wind devastated Japan, Korea, and China, survivors found refuge on what they came to know as Ronin Island. Now, too young to have known any other world, Kenichi, son of a samurai, and Hana, son of farmers, must work together to stop a mutant plague that's consuming the mainland and quickly advancing on their home. Collecting the complete series from New York Times bestselling author Greg Pak and acclaimed artist Giannis Milono Giannis in a single volume. This historical fiction dystopia is perfect for fans of The Hunger and the Dusk and Coda. Collects Ronin Island 1 through 12 in stores February 5th, 2025. I swear to God, I didn't on purpose choose to Boom 20 for 20.
Oh.
But you know, it worked out kind of nicely.
Sure. All right.
This another one that I read, it was really cool.
Did you read this one?
Yeah, because it was a Comixology.
Mm-hmm. Simulation.
That's the other reason I can't quite let go of Comixology yet, is their originals are so fucking good.
They are good. Simulation Theory by Kurt Pyers and Daryl Nickrim. If you had the chance to live forever, would you? That's what New Life is offering. A chance for transconscious migration, transferring your mind and consciousness into the metaverse inside an avatar of your choosing. The opportunity to leave the real world and live in a digital one. When Ash's real life gets a bit too hot to handle, she's offered help from a friend who happens to be her ex. But when she enters her new life and finds her ex there, they quickly realize the simulation may be more than they bargained for. This will be in stores February 5th. I was going to say November. That's not right. February 5th. Looks really cool.
It does.
Reminds me of that video game series that we just were reading, where they go into the video game and have problems. So cool.
Well, and it's got some beyond real feel to it too.
Yep, for sure.
Definitely stuff in the zeitgeist. So final order cutoff this week. You know, this is how the this show can change me. I'm gonna tell you that it's final order cutoff on Archie is Mr. Justice #1. Tim Seeley, Mike Norton from Archie Comics. I think even with Tim Seeley's name on that, like a month ago, I wouldn't have bothered to say anything about it.
Right.
The Jill and the Killers collection from Olivia Quartero Briggs and Roberta Ingranata at Oni. That was fantastic.
Right.
If you didn't get the single issues, the collection's on its way. Milestone Universe, Shadow Cabinet #1 from Joseph P. Illage and Daryl Banks and Adagon Ilhan DC. The aforementioned Horizon Experiment Moondogs from Tanner Dew and Kelsey Ramsey at Image. We talked about this recently. Pocket Full of Rain and Other Stories from Jason at Fantagraphics.
Yep.
The Question All Along the Watchtower #1 from Alex Segura and Cian Torme at DC. Alex Segura is just everywhere right now. I just listened to his new it's called Dark Space, and it's like John le Carre meets Star Trek. So it's like spies in space. It was fantastic.
Great.
And alter egos on its way, that sort of thing. Yeah, Segura's just all over the place.
He's killing it.
The Rockefellers #1 from Peter J. Tomasi and Francis Manapool at Image, and Serpent in the Garden, Ed Gray and the Battle for England #1 from Mike Mignola, Ben Stenbeck, and Dark Horse. Still crowdfunding right now. We have The Life and Death of the Brave Captain Suave from Joe Saraki and Kelly Williams on Zoop until October 24th. Geezer #3 from Will Potter and Philip Bond on Kickstarter till October 26th. Check out our interview with Will and Philip. It was quite fun. We may have even had Will fall into his alter ego and Geezer on occasion. Love Letter, Reasons to Be Alive, curated by Sarah Gailey on Kickstarter through October 30th. This is like I don't know how much comics will be involved because it's kind of a freeform thing, but it'll be a monthly curated zine type thing, just celebrating hope and good things.
Okay.
From Sarah Gailey, who's so good at bringing us dystopia and crazy horror sci-fi.
Yeah, so this will be interesting.
The Comics Courier, a new comics criticism journal edited by Tiffany Babb, is on Kickstarter through November 1st.
Yeah.
And Monster Bash #1 from Will Robson is on Kickstarter through November 1st.
Cool.
So, Tyler, what did you love this week?
Well, Mark
and I didn't get to Mystique.
Oh, Mark Waid.
But I loved the other two that you did.
Mark Waid just put out a Batman and Robin Year 1. I forgot to put that in here. Year 1. And then Chris Samney.
We do need to make it really, really clear also that it's Mark Waid and Chris Samney.
Yep.
I love Mark Waid, but he is best with Chris Samney.
I agree.
In my opinion.
This was awesome.
I mean, Mark Waid has done a ton of good work, but I don't think there's any collaborator that he's more consistently excellent with than Chris Samney.
Right. I agree. It was really good. And then it
was fantastic.
My second was
Robin was so fucking funny.
He was. Like, I'm not used to Dick Grayson being funny.
Smart Alec Dick Grayson. I loved Smart Alec Dick Grayson.
I didn't know if
it's like I suddenly realized what had been missing from Dick Grayson for all these years.
It really worked. I mean, he was not going to take Batman's.
It was almost Batman and Spider-Man, but with more confidence.
Yeah, right. Dick was just flying. I mean, he jumped off of the GCPD, and Gordon was like, "Son, that's 30 stories up," and
right.
Anyway.
And Batman's like, "No, he's in his element."
Yeah, he's got this.
Yeah,
that was really funny. Yeah, it was really fun to see Batman again. You take away all of the Bat family, right? It's gotten so huge, and you strip all that away, and you come back to its roots where it was just him, and then just Robin. And I loved that it was simple, that it was back to basics with Batman.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, this was another week that I very nearly went way more than three.
yeah,
Uh, and it was probably four
yeah,
on my list
yep,
this week.
yep. I
Um,
I had a lot too. My second pick was Mystique from Declan Shelby and Matt Hollingsworth from
which I didn't
Marvel.
even get to. I really wanted to. Was that good?
Yeah, I
I
really
mean, I
liked it.
expected it to be. I love when Deck writes and draws.
Yeah, what I really loved was that okay, so in the Krakoan age, Mystique was not to be trusted, but she wasn't necessarily a villain, and this is kind of
Right.
bringing her back to true form.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I think she needed to be.
So,
Kind
like Cantwell did with Doom,
yeah, yep,
after Doom had been Iron Man for a while,
yep,
and they're like, "No, we need Doctor Doom to be a villain."
yep, yep, exactly. And then
Okay.
epitaphs from the abyss #4. This has got a story from Jay
Continues
Stevens,
just.
Amy Rowe, and Jay Holtham, and then and David Lapham, and then art by Clara
Oh, I
Rowe,
love
Leo
David
Mack
Lapham.
from EC and Oni. Yeah, it was really good. I love Jay Stevens.
Yeah.
Stevens, he's the one who does the other horror comic.
Well, but he actually wrote for David Lapham this time, so I mean, it
Yes,
was kind of cool to have Jay Stevens humor, but rather than the um like cartoonish, almost Dexter's Laboratory type
yes,
art
yep,
that he does,
yep,
it was, Lapham's gritty realism.
yes. It really
Um,
threw me at first. I'm like, this is Jay
right,
Stevens. Like it
yeah,
gave it a totally different vibe.
right.
God, what does the name of his book? Oh man, I can't think of it.
Dwellings,
Dwellings. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas laughing is straight, where Lapham is straight bullets is his
Yep.
magnum opus.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
So good.
What was yours?
Well, like number one with a bullet, uh, I will continue talking about this all year and probably for years to come.
Sure.
Big Jim and the White Boy, an American classic reimagined. Marcus and David have done something really, really special here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a reimagining of Huckleberry Finn. It's really in discussion with the original and in discussion with um, so much of the lost cause history that has seeped into textbooks and whatever. Um, goes beyond just humanizing Jim. It like humanizes slavery.
Right.
It humanizes, we're so used to thinking of slavery as an abstract construct.
Yeah,
Um,
I get what you're saying.
you know, and in that sense, just I mean, we think of it as like this terrible, horrible thing. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not even saying that like the way we think of it is horrible, but we don't often put our like selves in, well, but what would it feel like?
Right.
How would I think? How would I
We
act?
don't put ourselves in their shoes, so to speak.
How would it mold me? How would it mold my humanity? Um, and I mean, I actually kind of think Jerry Kraft talked about, part of what New Kid was about is he didn't want to not deal with the issues, but he also didn't want it to be, oh, it's like there's this thought that like if you're gonna write about black people, it's either got to be the historical, oh, it was terrible then, or oh, I've been beaten down now, and he's like Black people can also have fun.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
uh, and so I mean that's kind of what it does. It's like it
Humanizes
didn't
them, like you said. Yeah.
well, but it doesn't gloss over any of the horror, but also it's like okay, yeah, even in the horror, doesn't mean you can't have a family relationship.
Right.
Doesn't mean you can't crack jokes. Doesn't mean that you can't. Um, so yeah, no, it I think I'm somebody who's thought about this sort of thing more than a lot of people who haven't had to live it, and it still had me thinking about things from different perspectives that had just never occurred to me before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like I mean, it had literally never occurred to me how little I knew Jim from just Huckleberry Finn.
Right. I don't know him at all. I'm gonna have to read this book for
Right.
sure.
Um, so yeah, I it blew my mind. The other thing that popped up this week that was just amazing and I should have pulled up the list of creators,
Creators.
though
Yeah.
not all of the creators are um I mean for somewhat understandable reasons given how hot button of a topic it is. There were apparently some creators that chose not to have their actual name on it. Um,
So this was Stop Project 2025, um,
right,
um, which I think is a great idea as far as a comic book
right.
anthology kind of thing. I don't know what you would call it. Um,
What?
is your sign in not working?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Let me come over. I'm going to a different because I was in our window rather than my Google.
Sure.
My Google's already signed in. Um, yeah, no, they did a series of comics dealing with specific aspects of Project 2025 and um, really kind of bringing them to life and what it means, what it looks like, etc.
Yeah.
Contributors are, I have it now, uh, Kareem Ahmed, Ho Chi Anderson, Alejandro Arbona, Andrew Iden and Josh Rogan, Ted Brandt and Rose Stein, Xander Cannon, Comic Craft, Dennis Cowan, Valentine De Landro, Scott Dunbier, Kieran Dwyer, Jarrell Dye, Cheryl Lynn Eaton, Ben Fisher, Matt Fraction, Gene Ha, Cully Hamner, Mike Henderson, Jay Hostler, Sean Lee, Steve Lieber, Lauren McCubbin, Ibrahim Mustafa, Evan Narcisse, Jim Ottavani, Greg Pack, Jeff Parker, Joe Phillips, Tobias Queck, Greg Rucka, Mark Russell, Chris Ryle, Sarah Ryan, Jennifer Smith, Lila Sturgis, Zoe Tunnel, Jen Van Meter, Rick Veitch, Shannon Wheeler, and other contributors to this project have elected to not have their names listed here. We respect and protect their privacy and thank them for their anonymous contributions. Um, so yeah, right now it's like 89 pages, something like that. You
Mm-hmm.
can download the whole PDF or read sections online, but they've also said that more could be coming.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean that's like that much cooler that this is it. Stop Project 2025 comic.org. Um actually have you looked at it yet?
No, I just this morning a little bit. Um,
Okay.
so
Let me pull it up so that you can.
see what you're talking about here.
Yeah, let me pull it up on on the shared screen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I love that painting.
You have Donald Trump
Right.
holding the book of Project 2025 because he claims he
But
knows nothing about it.
right. Even though it was written by all of his, but it's got a comic on anti-trans discrimination, one on authoritarianism, one on children, one on Christian nationalism, one on climate, one on cronyism, one on education, one on environmental protection agency, one on executive orders, extreme weather, healthcare, immigration, internet freedom, libraries, police abuse, school lunch, taxation, teachers, and voting matters. I think a couple of these have actually gone up since I read it last. I don't think I've done the Christian nationalism. Um, but yeah, so you can read it by section. Um, if you have trouble reading comics or for whatever reason can't read the lettering, every one of them has a full transcript on the website.
Right.
Um, yeah, this is a I've been trying to figure out who organized it and or get anybody to come on that could talk about it. But the people that I've gotten responses from so far are really busy.
Right.
And I think, since I think one of the reasons that they are protecting everybody is none of the individual comics are signed. So even when you can kind of guess based on feel,
Yeah. You don't know for sure.
Who uh wrote or drew something.
Yep.
And sometimes some of them like say what they wrote or draw on their websites or um Blue Sky or whatever.
Yeah.
Um but it's not specifically on the comics.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cool decisions that were made that I'm hoping at some point to be able to talk about it,
Yeah.
because
For sure.
I think this is both a great thing to drop right before the election. You need to appreciate this one. Look at the cronyism. It's done as a bunch of trading cards.
It looks like the Garbage Pail Kids trading cards.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
Those are cool.
Um,
For cronyism. That's great.
right. But like the decisions on how they put it together, what they did are also fascinating.
Right.
I think this will be. I think this is something that it will be a worthwhile artifact to consider for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So yeah, that is my number two, and only because it came out in the same week as Big Jim and the White Boy is it number two. It's a tough call there.
Exactly.
And then a surprise number three. I mean, this was on my radar. Um, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Exorcism at 1600 Pen is essentially a story centered on the school age children of a newly elected female president.
Yeah.
Dealing with both the problems of being president and, the polarization of society, um, whatnot. It was really good. Interested to see where it goes.
Yeah.
We're just getting into the supernatural
I should have picked it
element.
up.
So
It seems
for
very cool.
yeah. So for me, a big part of it is going to be, do they manage to thread the needle and keep making it a really great human story and social commentary while we get into the supernatural side of it.
Yeah.
But Hannah Rose May, it's well, first it's edited by Heather Antos. But one of the reasons that it jumped out at me is when we had oh, I didn't know Hannah Rose May was also an actress on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Ghosts and Ballers. Um, when Yeah, there we are. Rogues Gallery. When Heather Antos was on, I asked her for a, as I ask everybody, asked for recommendation, and one of the things she recommended was Rogues Gallery,
Sweet.
which had completely flown under my radar, but was fantastic. So
Nice.
uh, it made it so that the writer was also something that made me go, I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
and of course, Vanessa Del Rey's art is always
Phenomenal.
amazing.
It's amazing.
So I pulled ahead of you again.
Yeah, I didn't read anything.
Not by much.
I One
I
Piece.
read to the end of this volume of One Piece yesterday.
Yesterday. You just threw it in. Okay, we're doing a One Piece race. I am on chapter 271, and
I'm on 275.
I did not.
We're still in the Sky Kingdom.
I know. I did not read at all. I just didn't have the time. I felt really bad.
Yeah, I mean, between life and all the other stuff that we make ourselves read, I mean, I like that we make ourselves read all this stuff, but we make ourselves read a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And I wanted to make sure that I got Money Shot read. So since we didn't go very far in One Piece, should we just move on to Money Shot? Or
yeah, we can move on to Money Shot.
All right.
Though this is where I'm going to say that I read. Let's see, how much Money Shot did I read? I was doing them side by side.
Same. I didn't get to the end either. Let's see. In the scrolling one, not the scrolling one up and down, but in the side swipe, I'm on page 86.
Oh, see. So in the side swipe,
yeah,
I am on page 15.
Okay. You know what's great though? There's a lot of stuff to talk about in that beginning.
Well, but I've read all of Money Shot.
Yep.
So content wise, I can talk about it regardless.
Yeah.
I was really paying attention to the what's the word I'm looking for? I was paying most attention to like how it reads between the two.
Oh, yeah. So what
and like I said, I was literally reading side by side.
Mm-hmm.
I had Money Shot on the iPad and Money Shot on the phone. Side swipe on the iPad, scroll on the phone.
Okay. I kind of alternated. I'd read, an issue in one and then read an issue in the other.
No, I was going side by side. And and it's funny, the first page that I hadn't done yet, I just did. And it's in some ways a lot of my thoughts in microcosm. Mm-hmm. So can I encourage you to go to page 15 of, and I wonder if I can actually split my screen so that we can see it all. Let's see what we can do here.
Well,
but page 15 of issue 1 and the beginning of the third vertical.
Okay, let me pull up the third vertical. So where it starts bad human, bad. I'm on the third vertical. Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, let me see if I can pull them up side by side on the computer because that would just be awesome. Because I think that we could very well um, break down.
Breakdown
All
what?
right. I think that we could very well like use this page to talk about like A, how they did things, and B, some of the pros and cons um
Yeah.
of
I'm just looking at the clock that
because I
I gotta get rolling here.
okay,
So I mean I got about half an hour.
right.
Okay.
Well, I there we go.
Okay.
Let me reshare the screen. Um, Looks like I'm just gonna have to share the screen. So you're gonna have this weird thing where you're also on the screen that you're
Oh, that's okay.
seeing.
I can see it.
So
So
portrait mode.
to our listeners, we are looking at a page where I'm just going to describe the scene where
You're starting out with the apartment building from the outside.
yes, and we see a text bubble that's coming from a speech thing that's on the cat, and it says "bad human, bad, bad."
Well, but I'm going before we get to the cat even
Yeah.
is the first place. I love how it fades into a higher sky on the vertical.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You
So like
know,
you're making your way into it, right? It's
right. And then from there, there's the pause. And this is, if you notice that they do different size pauses. So they do a lot to like decide your
anticipation.
pacing
Yeah, and
with the white space and the vertical. And then you get the slam door, no, no mate, bad self mate, bad, bad. Um, and then this is the one place that they have a little bit of trouble, and it worked better on this one than it did on some because I think they were able to kind of shrink it.
okay.
I mean, as I look between the two panels, it looks like they kind of moved things closer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But one of the things that I have had trouble with is like page wide panels
Uh-huh.
often feel out of place in the vertical
I
because
agree.
I don't think I've ever seen them cut a panel.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ever seen them give me two panels where there was one.
Uh-huh.
So when you're reading the vertical, it winds up instead being something where the the perspective is significantly different on the vertical versus the page,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
Um, but then something that I don't remember if I saw elsewhere is on this one, they moved the word balloons
Yeah, they did.
on this bottom.
Yep.
They went ahead and moved the ahem, where was I admin as she's talking to her computer holding her vibrator.
Uh-huh.
Command pause, go to cliterature.com. Um, they moved the
Literature.
word balloons to center her that much more or keep her centered because there had been an inset panel.
Yep.
So by moving the word balloons, they keep her centered. Um, and then they also pulled the inset panel out.
Out. Yep.
Um, pulled the inset panel out and gave a nice long pause here.
Yep.
Whereas in the thing, turning on the vibrator has the right behind it.
Yep.
We start seeing that part first
As we're scrolling, and then we're getting to
as
the
we're
end of the
scrolling,
M's.
and then we get to the vibrator and the continue.
Yeah.
Um, so for people who don't know Money Shot at all, the basic premise of the comic is in a stupidly realistic future Earth, um, a a president has pissed off the Federation of Aliens once we made first contact, so they refuse to give us like any technology or allow us to join them, etc. Um, which means that like space travel is still super duper expensive, and also the government has decided that like spending money on science is a waste.
Right.
So the scientists are trying to figure out how can we continue doing science, and they come up with, well, I mean, what does the human what does humanity want? What will humanity pay for? They will pay for people to have sex with weird things. So if we go to space and have sex with aliens and put it up on the internet, people will pay for it. And for the most part, it works for them. That is the basis of Money Shot. And
Basic.
that's why we're
Yep.
sitting here talking about vibrators and
Yes.
whatnot.
This is
But what
this
we were
scene-
doing with this was talking about the global comics has been adapting a lot of standard comics into vertical scroll comics. And you know, vertical scroll was, I know, kind of a weird experience for me the first time I did it, like with Lore Olympus and stuff like that. And I don't know. I don't know when. How much experience do you have with vertical comics,
Just a little bit.
Tyler?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, not a lot.
You haven't done a lot of webtoon or anything?
Not in a long time. I used to.
Okay.
But it has its place, right? There's a.
Right.
Do I want to read it all the
Well-
time? No. But did it work for
You
this
know,
comic? Go ahead.
I've been reading more and more of them.
Okay.
To me, it's just, I mean, like manga is a different feel from American comics, and European comics are a different feel. And, you know, often an original graphic novel has a different feel from single issue type stuff.
Yep.
Vertical comics to me are just like another, you know, I guess I think the term that I'm going to use is another family of comics,
Okay.
because it's not right to call it a genre. You can do all genres in them. It's not right to call it a medium. It's still the medium of comics,
Yep.
but it's a different family under the medium of comics.
Agreed.
And there are good ones and there are bad ones. I think it's great for phones. You know, in terms of phone reading, I mean, panel by panel is great on the phone, but honestly, I think vertical comics utilize the delivery mechanism of a handheld device even better than panel by panel does, because of things like messing with where the word balloons are or how much space between panels. You know, it makes the scroll part of the experience, and you still have ultimate control over the speed because you can scroll faster, you can scroll slower, but it's a way to influence how you experience the comic, that I think is really cool.
I agree. Like for this comic, it really worked. I liked the different pacing, right, with the gutters, what they did with the white space. That was really cool, especially when, like in this case, when she said continue and turns on the vibrator, we had a really long space, and then she screams out ah, and we think, oh, is that from the
on
vibrator?
the next page?
Yeah, is that from the vibrator? But no, the wrong adult film popped up on her screen.
Right.
And
Admin, what the hell is this? Where's Romulo comes home after months at sea and makes desperate love to Esmeralda on the piazza.
where's my cliterature? And
Right.
then her AI responds, "Your bookmark site has been replaced by Mundo."
Mundo,
Yeah,
the net's new premier destination for the most unusual sex on planet Earth. And of course, this is what gives her the idea that, oh, we could go to space and have sex.
yes. This is kind of the turning point. Yeah. So
Right.
the old man in the tutu that's getting the strap onto his face, he's like got
The,
this.
the strap
He's got the wink in
the
his
strap
eye.
onto his face that's strapped to a Godzilla.
Yep.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, strapped to a Godzilla costume. Um,
Right.
he's got a little wink in his
You
eye.
can
And a
dream
little...
it, we can fuck it.
Yep. This was a great comic. It's just
Had you read these before?
no. So what I did
Oh, these are
was
so good.
I was at Rainbow the other day and I just bought the first 2 issues. They had them in their back issues.
Okay.
So I bought the first 2, read them, and then went and switched to Global Comics so I could read the whole trade.
Gotcha. I have them all in single issue, but I didn't dig them up. But I wanted to really do the side by side comparison.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I had been doing them on both iPad and phone at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, I love it how
yeah.
she convinces her team. Like you can imagine this in real life. She convinces her science team that they need to all sleep with each other so that they can get over their hang-ups to go out and do this. And it's like and it's like, wow.
Let's get over our hang-ups so we can go explore space and fuck it.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I really
it's a phenomenal series. Tim Seeley's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a number of great artists working with him on this.
Mm-hmm.
I think who was it for this issue? Just so we can give credit where credit is due.
I gotta go back here.
Issue 1 is Sarah Beatty is the co-writer and Rebecca Isaacs did the drawing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's such a fun series, but also, you know, and this is, you know, going back to like we're and I swear to God, Global Comics isn't paying us. I would be happy if they were, but frankly, I'd be just as happy to just talk to the people involved in Global Comics because I think they're doing a really good job. But one of the things that I'm impressed with is that the fact that they have gotten Vault, and I think it's not just Vault. I think there are other. I know Vault is doing it with a lot of stuff, but I feel like there are other companies that are Humanoids. I think has been adapting stuff to Vertical. TKO has been adapting stuff to Vertical, so they're not just. Top Cow has been adapting to Vertical. So they're not just bringing in all sorts of new stuff, you know, but they're also, whether they're inspiring them to, or they just have a platform that makes it easy to have both, and therefore the companies are taking advantage of that. I don't know for certain, but you have people playing with existing properties to try to make them accessible to a different audience. You know, because Webtoons has a ridiculous number of readers.
Right.
And huge numbers of them have never picked up a physical comic.
No.
They're, you know, to them, comics is vertical scroll. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, particularly if we can still find ways to get artists paid, you know, I don't care what direction the story goes, etc. So yeah, it's a fun experiment. The first one that I really looked at, and I haven't read it all yet, but I need to. And for that matter, I want to have Chris come talk about it because he's been busy as fuck. Um, is Blue Flame
Oh yeah, for sure.
was adapted to vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you know, we've got a relationship with Sealy too, so we might have to reach out to him. Now that they're adapting Money Shot. Um, because it's just I'm yeah, it's a cool thing. Is I guess all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's very cool. I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna try it out with other titles just to
Right.
see the differences.
And before we move on, another quick global comics plug, but more a plug for Tyler because I just got the notification. Remember that you were very interested in the incredible story of cooking from prehistory to today, 500,000 years of adventure. When we talked about that, you said that sounded really cool. You might have to look for it.
Sure. Yeah.
It just dropped on Global Comics.
Okay. Good. I will
So
have to.
rather than having to go find the NBM graphic novel,
Yeah.
which is not always easy,
No. Perfect.
um, it is now available on Global Comics.
Yeah.
The history of cooking.
Cool. 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 Cool.
So yeah.
Awesome.
So all righty. Let me rearrange the screen again.
Sure. Yeah. Let's get back to our. Let's see. What do we got next?
I mean, I don't actually really need to share anymore. We're getting into what we hope will be spectacular. We can just read on our own.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think.
So.
I just need to rearrange my screen for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had to switch
I,
back to my
I
screen.
do. One of the things I love on the new laptop, and it might just be a new version of Windows, is it's way easier to like auto. Like when I go up to the maximize minimize area,
Yep.
it will give me options to lay out the screen.
Yeah. I noticed that too on my computer. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So rather than having to carefully resize windows, it's like, oh, I'll just click this button and I'll have zoom on one side and
Yep.
you know, so yeah, that has made moving around a lot easier.
I agree.
So
I've enjoyed that.
books we hope will be spectacular. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with the one that I know is spectacular because I got a sneak peek.
Sure.
Iron Man #1 from Spencer Ackerman and Julius Oda. Oh
It was
my
good.
God. It
gonna
was
have
so
to-
good. It's
I'm gonna have to
so
check it out.
good. So good.
Okay. Now I gotta buy it.
Yeah. Horizon Experiment, Sacred Damned from
Yep.
Sabir Perzada and Michael Walsh. I told you we'd be talking more about Horizon Experiment.
Yeah.
Also comes out this week, so hopefully I'll manage to read it before we talk to Pornsack. Um, Kelly and I talked about Absolute Wonder Woman #1 a little bit
Yep.
from her and Hayden Sherman. It's been eating up her life in the best possible way. And I had forgotten about this until I saw it was coming out and remembered it. And I'm really excited for Godzilla Monster Piece Theater #1 from Tom Scioli,
I still.
IDW.
Oh my god. I still have. I Am Stan on my desk. Because I checked it out from the library and it is so overdue.
Right.
It is so overdue. I checked it out when we read it. You remember when we read that?
Right. Also out this week that I read an advanced copy of that I'm looking forward to, and we'll be talking to Carol Lay in the not so distant future, is My Time Machine.
Okay.
Fantastic graphic novel from Carol Lay at Fantagraphics.
Nice.
So what do you got? And like, yeah, I'm excited for all 3 years.
Yeah,
It just
Teenage
didn't
Mutant Ninja
make
Turtles
my
number
list.
3 from Jason Aaron and Cliff Chang.
I've been digging it.
Yeah, it's been really good. Hello Darkness #4 from Garth Ennis. This is the other anthology series out that Garth Ennis and James Tynion IV and Michael Conrad, Becky Cloonan, Werther Dell'Edera, and Martin Morazzo. And then X Factor number 3 from Mark Russell and Bob Quinn. I'm really excited to see where that goes.
They've been killing it. They've been killing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They've been killing it. It's Leonardo this time on Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And you're right. Hello Darkness is, I mean, it's been overshadowed a little bit by the EC stuff.
Yes, but I like it.
And it's a little different because both the Garth Ennis and the James Tynion stories are multi-part stories. So in that sense, it's a little bit more of a heavy metal 2000 AD type anthology where there are one and dones and there are multi-parts. But it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic.
Agreed.
So,
yeah.
All righty.
Anyway,
that is episode 154 in the books, which is just stupid.
Wow, that is a lot.
It's just, we've had 199 with great powers.
Yes, I know. So your next,
which means
interview,
Chad Bilyeu gets to be number 200.
You got to make sure you point that out.
I will. I have been counting it down for the last couple of episodes.
Okay.
And how many episodes do we have total now? I'm in the non-signed in one.
400 and some, I think.
Yeah, we're not quite to 500. But we're coming up on it fast. Let me log in.
Well, I got to get myself to a play date for my daughter. She's going to go play with a friend in a little bit.
Sure. For your daughter.
Yeah.
Definitely play date with your daughter.
Yeah, she's going to go to a friend's house today. So
a likely story.
So I got to get rolling.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out why is it not telling us? I know that I've had the page that tells us how many episodes total we have. Why am I having so much trouble finding it?
Let me look.
I thought it was the main episode page.
I thought so too. 493.
Yeah. 493. So we're 7 recordings away from 500.
Yes. Yep.
That's like stupid crazy.
When we get there, we'll make a big deal out of it. It'll be this week. It'll be
do
this
our
week
best.
for sure.
Will it?
Well, you've got one tomorrow.
I might have one today. I could have Love and Rockets today.
Well, this one we're talking on right now is number 494.
494.
Yep, you got Love and Rockets.
And then Love and Rockets could be 495 if it goes down.
Yep.
And then
Chad will be 496.
496.
Alexandra will be 497.
Okay.
The Horizon Experiment will be 498.
8.
Then our regular episode will be 499. And then you'll do your empathy episode, which will be...
Oh, that's beautiful. I so
500.
want it to work out that way.
Yeah. So...
I so want it to work out that way. So if anybody misses, I'm going to have to go nuts to book something else just to keep it so that the empathy and change is our 500th
episode.
Overall episode. I so want that to happen.
Okay.
All
right, guys.
Cool.
I have to get going, so we will catch you guys after the next page. Later. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.